In the suffocating hush of midnight, Anna's world split. The old grandfather clock thudded 12 as thunder crawled across the sky, windows trembling in their frames. Rain streaked the glass, blurring the world outside. Anna's mother whispered, her voice brittle and raw. "Your father is gone. He left before dawn. He won't return." Anna's pulse hammered in her ears as she stared at the shadowed hallway, its wallpaper peeling like old scabs. Her little brother, Ethan, just 8 years old, clung to her arm, his eyes huge and shimmering with panic. Anna could taste fear, bitter and metallic on her tongue. She said nothing, frozen, her body wrapped in her father's old flannel shirt, his scent still clinging to her skin. The floorboards creaked under the weight of their grief. Lightning burst, flooding the room with cold white. Anna's heart screamed questions she dared not speak. Ethan said, "Will he come back, Anna?" Anna's throat tightened. "I don't know, Ethan," she managed, each word heavy as stone. Her mother sank to the floor, arms wrapped around herself, rocking and shuddering, her face wet with silent tears. The clock ticked on, indifferent, as a storm raged outside and inside, both. The night stretched endlessly as Anna sat on the edge of the sofa, mind spinning. Her father's departure wasn't loud. There had been no fight, no shouted words, just a hollow absence where his voice should be. She remembered the smell of his aftershave, lingering in the hall that morning. Anna's mother's soft sobs filled the silence, punctuated only by the thunder outside. Anna could feel Ethan's grip tighten on her sleeve every time the wind shook the house. And it tore, them too. The world felt unfamiliar, warped by loss, as if the walls themselves recoiled in grief. Anna searched for a sign that this was temporary, that her father might return, but the emptiness in the room felt final. She wished she could tell Ethan it would be all right, but her words wouldn't come. Anna thought, how do you tell a child that hope is a lie? The clock's steady ticking was a cruel reminder that life moves forward, no matter how much you wish it would stop. Outside, headlights flashed briefly down the street, but they belonged to a stranger. Anna realized with growing dread that their family would never be the same. The hours blurred as Anna's mind replayed memories. Her father reading stories by the fireplace, laughter echoing during holidays. Now, the house felt haunted by what was missing. Ethan's voice broke the silence, trembling as he asked, "Did I do something wrong, Anna?" Anna turned, heart aching, and pulled him close, feeling his small body shake. "No, Ethan, it's not your fault," she whispered, though doubt gnawed at her. Their mother stared out the window, lost in her own storm. Anna's thoughts spiraled, each moment sharper than the last. She wondered if there was something she could have done, some word left unsaid that could have changed their father's mind. The room was thick with regret. Anna wished she could turn back time too before the fracture, but all she could do was hold Ethan and listen to the thunder. As rain lashed the house, Anna realized that the only way forward was through the pain. There was no way to outrun it. Anna sat awake as the rest of the house finally fell quiet. The storm outside calmed, leaving only the gentle patter of rain. Shadows from streetlights stretched across the living room, painting strange shapes on the wall. Anna listened to her mother's fitful breathing from the next room, and Ethan's quiet murmurs as he slept clutching a stuffed bear. Alone in the half-light, Anna allowed herself to feel the full weight of her father's absence. Every noise felt amplified, the settling house, the ticking clock, her own heartbeat. Anna remembered her father's promise, "I'll never leave you." Now that vow echoed as a cruel joke. She pressed her palm to the window, watching droplets race down the glass. In that silent hour, Anna made herself a promise. She would hold the family together, even if it broke her. But as she stared into the darkness, she wondered how to mend what was already shattered. Dawn crept across the horizon, painting the world in pale gray. Anna stood alone in the kitchen, pouring coffee with trembling hands. Her mother appeared, face pale, eyes rimmed red, movements slow and mechanical. Anna wanted to reach out, to say something that would stitch their broken pieces together, but the words tasted bitter and useless. Instead, Anna quietly set a cup on the table. Her mother nodded, in silent gratitude. Ethan shuffled in, rubbing his eyes, searching for comfort. Anna mustered a small, reassuring smile. "It's a new day," she said softly, more for herself than for them. Sunlight crept through the curtains, promising nothing and revealing everything. Anna looked at her family, 3 people barely holding on, and felt the crushing responsibility settle on her shoulders. But in the quiet, she found a flicker of strength, fragile, but real. The world outside kept turning, indifferent to their loss. Anna inhaled, squared her shoulders, and chose to move forward, one trembling step at a time. Morning's pale sun filtered through thin clouds, casting the world in a dull silver glow. Anna trudged to school, backpack-heavy steps slow and uncertain. The world outside buzzed with routine, cars splashed through puddles, neighbors swept their porches, but Anna felt invisible. Ethan clung to her side, small hand in hers, his trust absolute. At the crosswalk, Anna forced a brittle smile, hiding the storm still raging inside. She envied the other families. Fathers hoisting kids on their shoulders, laughter echoing. Anna remembered how her father once walked her to school, a steady hand on her shoulder, the warmth of his voice. Now, silence gnawed at her resolve. Ethan whispered, "Will you pick me up after?" Anna squeezed his hand. "Of course, Ethan. I'll always be here." Doubt prickled her heart, but she masked it with a calm she didn't feel. The bell rang. Anna watched Ethan vanish into the swirl of students, his small frame swallowed by the crowd. She felt alone, more a shadow than a person, desperately wishing for a day that felt normal. Inside the crowded school corridor, Anna moved like a ghost. She heard whispers, fragments of conversation about her family, pitying glances tossed like stones. Anna kept her gaze low, searching for her locker among a sea of faces. Her friend Rachel approached, concern etched deep in her brow. "Anna, are you okay?" Rachel asked gently. Anna forced a small smile. "I'm fine, really," she lied, her voice brittle. Rachel hesitated, then hugged Anna tight, warm and genuine. Anna wanted to melt into the embrace to confess everything, the ache, the anger, the fear of losing control, but pride held her tongue. Locker doors banged shut, laughter bubbled around her, but Anna felt sealed off behind an invisible wall. She wondered if anyone could truly understand the hollow ache that followed her through every moment. As Rachel squeezed her hand, Anna realized she wasn't alone in her suffering. Maybe, she thought, there was comfort in being seen, even when words fell short. Anna drifted through her classes, barely hearing the teacher's words. Numbers and sentences floated past, meaningless and weightless. She doodled on the edge of her notebook, spirals and broken lines. At lunch, Anna sat alone under an oak tree, the cool shade a refuge from prying eyes. She replayed memories of family dinners, her father's deep laugh filling the room, Ethan's stories, her mother's gentle teasing. Now, the table at home sat empty, plates untouched. Anna wondered if she'd ever feel whole again. She watched students laugh together, their lives unbroken, and felt a pang of envy. Her phone buzzed with a message from her mother. "We're okay. Don't worry about us. Love you." Anna closed her eyes, letting the breeze wash over her, wishing the ache inside would lift. She whispered, "I miss you, Dad," and the words scattered on the wind, unheard by anyone but herself. The afternoon crawled by as Anna forced herself to focus. She answered questions with practiced calm, masking the exhaustion etched beneath her skin. After class, she waited outside Ethan's classroom, nerves taut. When the door opened, Ethan bolted out, arms outstretched, face lighting up at the sight of Anna. "You came," he cried, joy cracking through the heaviness. Anna knelt to his level, brushing hair from his eyes. "Of course," she said, voice soft. She hugged him close, holding on a moment longer than usual. Other parents milled around, laughter and idle chatter swirling. Anna saw envy in their ease, but also gratitude in Ethan's embrace. For a brief moment, Anna felt needed, her presence an anchor in Ethan's shifting world. She straightened, taking his hand, and together they walked home, the weight of the day lightened by the quiet certainty of each other's company. Home felt different as the siblings stepped inside, quieter, but less cold. Anna helped Ethan with homework at the kitchen table, laughter breaking through as they stumbled over math problems. Their mother drifted in, still subdued but trying, her eyes meeting Anna's with silent thanks. As evening settled, the three shared a simple meal, filling the silence with gentle conversation. Anna realized that pain didn't erase love, it made each moment more precious. Ethan chattered about his day, and Anna listened, heart swelling with bittersweet pride. Her mother smiled, small but genuine, for the first time in days. As dusk painted the walls in lavender and gold, Anna felt a flicker of hope. Maybe broken things could be mended, piece by fragile piece. She squeezed Ethan's hand, promising herself to keep fighting, even when it hurt. Family, she thought, is what you choose to hold on to when everything else falls away. Weeks passed and Anna grew adept at hiding the fractures inside. She juggled school, home, and Ethan's needs, but guilt lingered like a bruise. One evening, as she folded laundry in the living room, her mother's voice broke the silence. "Anna, you're doing too much." Anna flinched, defensive. "Someone has to." Her mother sighed, rubbing her temples. "You're not alone in this, you know." Anna stared at her hands that shook with exhaustion. She wanted to scream, to say how tired she was, how scared. Instead, she asked, "Why did he leave, Mom?" Her mother hesitated, eyes filling with tears. He couldn't carry his pain anymore. "He loved you, Anna." The admission left Anna raw. She whispered, "Then why do I feel like it's my fault?" Her mother gathered her in a trembling embrace, silent and fierce. In that moment, Anna realized the house wasn't the only thing left in pieces. She wondered if any of them would ever feel whole again. That night, Anna lay awake, thoughts swirling. The ceiling above her seemed impossibly far away, as if she floated between worlds, one where her father was present, one where absence had become routine. She listened to the house settle, the faint tick of the clock, a reminder that time moved forward without care. She replayed her mother's words, turning them over like stones. Anna's heart felt heavy with questions. What if she'd said more, loved harder, tried differently? Shadows danced across her walls, echoing the turmoil inside. In the quiet, Anna whispered to the darkness, "I miss you, Dad. I don't know how to fix us." The words went unanswered, but she felt a strange relief, as if speaking her grief allowed her to breathe just a little easier. Anna closed her eyes, letting exhaustion wash over her, promising herself that tomorrow she would try again, even if she had no idea how to begin healing. Morning brought no rest. Anna moved through her routine mechanically, pouring cereal for Ethan and brewing coffee for her mother. Ethan watched her carefully, searching her face for cracks. "Are you sad, Anna?" he asked, voice quiet. Anna forced a smile, brushing hair from his brow. "Sometimes, Ethan, but I'm okay." Ethan nodded, unconvinced, and returned to coloring at the table. Their mother entered, dark circles under her eyes, but with a gentle smile. "Thank you, Anna," she said softly. Anna blinked back tears, the simple gratitude nearly undoing her. She realized that each small act, making breakfast, packing lunches, remembering to smile, was its own kind of courage. The weight was real, but so was the love that bound them together. Anna set her jaw, determined to give Ethan a sense of security, even if she had to fake it until she believed it herself. After school, Anna took Ethan to the park, a promise she'd made and intended to keep. The sky was clear, early spring buds on the trees, a breeze carrying the scent of rain-washed grass. Ethan ran ahead to the swings, laughter ringing out. Anna watched him play, a bittersweet smile tugging at her lips. She sat on a bench, hands clasped, letting the sun warm her face. Other families dotted the park, their joy both comforting and painful. A father pushed his daughter on the next swing, their laughter, a knife and a balm. Anna's eyes stung, but she didn't look away. She realized that healing wasn't forgetting. It was learning to see happiness without feeling excluded from it. When Ethan called, "Anna, push me," she rose, heart lighter. She ran to him, ready to give her little brother the joy he deserved, determined not to let pain steal every good thing from their lives. As the sun dipped low, Anna and Ethan strolled home, hands swinging between them. Ethan chatted about his imaginary superhero, filling the air with color and hope. Anna listened, letting his innocence soothe her raw nerves. At home, their mother waited with a homemade pie cooling on the counter, a rare treat. The three sat together, savoring each bite, laughter weaving a new warmth through the kitchen. For a moment, the past slipped away, replaced by the simple joy of togetherness. Anna looked at her family and felt a flicker of pride. They were still fragile, still stitched together by pain and longing, but also by hope. Anna realized healing was not a destination but a series of small stubborn acts, getting up, showing up, loving fiercely despite fear. She decided in that golden hour to keep moving forward, imperfect but together. Spring thundered in, sudden and fierce, as Anna returned home one afternoon to find a letter slipped under the front door. The paper was weathered, her name scrawled in a hurried, familiar hand. Anna's heart hammered as she tore it open, breath shallow. The words inside unraveled her, her father's handwriting, raw and pleading. He wrote of regret, of nights haunted by mistakes, of a love he failed to show but never lost. "I was never strong enough," he confessed, "and I am so sorry for all the empty spaces I left behind." Anna's hands shook. Her mother read over her shoulder, face pale and unreadable. Ethan wandered in, sensing the tension, and asked, "Is it from Dad?" Anna couldn't speak, just nodded as tears slipped down her cheeks. Her mother wrapped an arm around her, the letter fluttering between them like a fragile truce. In that moment, Anna's anger cracked, replaced by an ache that was both softer and deeper. She saw her father's pain reflected in every word. Night fell heavy, the house filled with restless shadows. Anna sat alone at the kitchen table, her father's letter splayed before her. She traced the lines of ink, searching for meaning in the mess of apologies and half-explanations. She remembered all the birthdays her father had missed, the milestones shadowed by his absence, and felt both loss and a strange relief. For years she had clung to anger, a shield against hurt. Now grief and forgiveness mingled, each word on the page opening wounds and closing others. Anna's mother entered, moving quietly. She sat across from Anna, reaching out to hold her hand. "It's okay to miss him, Anna," her mother said softly. "But you don't have to carry his pain for him." Anna's breath shook, tears threatening again. She realized forgiveness wasn't letting him off the hook. It was releasing herself from the weight of blame. The letter remained, heavy and holy in the lamplight. The next day, Anna decided to tell Ethan the truth. She found him in his room, lining up action figures for a battle. Anna knelt beside him, heart thudding. "Ethan," she said gently, "Dad wrote us a letter. He says he's sorry for leaving." Ethan's eyes widened, small hands pausing mid-play. "Is he coming home?" Anna's throat tightened as she shook her head. "No, but he wishes he could. He loves you, Ethan." Ethan's mouth quivered, and for a moment Anna feared he would break. But instead, he nodded slowly, a tear tracing his cheek. "I miss him," Ethan whispered, voice trembling. Anna pulled him close, holding his small body as he cried. She realized truth hurt, but lies left wounds that never healed. By speaking the hardest things, Anna offered Ethan the chance to feel, to grieve, and maybe, someday, to forgive too. That evening, Anna gathered her family in the living room. The letter rested on the coffee table, silent but loud. Anna read it aloud, her voice trembling but steady. Each word hung in the air, heavy and fragile. Her mother's eyes shimmered with old grief. Ethan curled up beside Anna, his head on her shoulder. When Anna finished, silence blanketed the room. Then her mother spoke, voice thick with feeling. "We don't have to be broken forever." Anna nodded, feeling the truth of it. Forgiveness, she saw, was not a sudden miracle, but a gradual act. A decision repeated in 1,000 small ways. In that quiet, Anna felt her family shift a little closer, drawn together by pain and hope. The letter, once a weapon, became a thread tying them forward. Night deepened, quiet except for the gentle hum of the refrigerator and the distant rush of wind. Anna stood by her bedroom window, letter clutched in hand. She looked out at the world, the streetlights glowing, the rain-soaked world shimmering. Anna pressed her palm to the glass, heart full of longing and possibility. For the first time, she allowed herself to imagine a future shaped by forgiveness, not just absence. She understood now that her father's failures were his own. Anna could choose love, for Ethan, for her mother, and for herself. The ache remained, but it no longer ruled her. Anna whispered into the night, "I forgive you, Dad, and I forgive myself too." The city breathed beyond the glass, vast and unbroken, as Anna released her pain to the dark and stepped softly into the promise of healing. The days after Anna's quiet forgiveness felt strangely lighter. Morning sunlight spilled into the kitchen as Anna made breakfast, humming softly for the first time in months. Ethan joined her a mess and asked if she'd help him with his school project. Anna smiled, realizing she wanted to say yes, not out of obligation but out of genuine care. Their mother soon appeared, cheeks flushed from sleep, holding a mug of coffee. She looked at Anna with a tenderness that had been absent for too long. "You seem different," her mother said, voice gentle. Anna paused, considering. "I think I am," she admitted, her words soft but sure. There was still pain, but it no longer suffocated her every breath. Anna watched her family gather around the table, Ethan with his art supplies, her mother reading the morning paper, and she felt a flicker of pride. Healing, Anna realized, was built from small choices, kindnesses, and a stubborn refusal to let bitterness take root. That afternoon, Anna took Ethan to the community center for his project presentation. Children buzzed around with posters and models, proud voices echoing. Anna felt nervous for him, wanting Ethan to shine. When it was his turn, Ethan hesitated, glancing back at Anna. She offered an encouraging nod, mouthing, "You've got this." Ethan's face lit up. He spoke bravely about his project, a diorama of the solar system, and Anna marveled at his courage. The audience applauded, and Ethan rushed to Anna, eyes wide with pride. "Did you see me?" he asked breathlessly. Anna laughed, hugging him tightly. "You were amazing, Ethan," she whispered, heart full. Anna noticed other parents clapping, some exchanging friendly words, welcoming her into their circle. For the first time, Anna didn't feel like an outsider looking in. She understood that community too was part of healing, allowing herself to belong, letting others care. The family spent the evening in quiet celebration. Anna, Ethan, and their mother prepared dinner together, chopping vegetables, telling jokes, sharing laughter that felt easy for once. As they sat around the table, Anna looked at the faces she loved and felt gratitude wash over her. Ethan recounted every detail of his presentation, embellishing with wild gestures. Their mother beamed, adding her own stories from the day. Anna realized how much she had missed this, the simple pleasure of togetherness, the gentle rhythms of ordinary life. There was no grand revelation, only the small, precious peace of being present. Anna caught her mother's gaze and smiled. Their wounds were still real, but so was the joy that threaded through their evening. Healing, Anna learned, did not mean forgetting pain but letting it live alongside new beginnings. She savored the warmth that filled their kitchen, hope blooming slow and steady. Later that night, Anna stepped out onto the small porch, craving cool air. The world was quiet, the sky washed with stars, the scent of cut grass lingering. Anna closed her eyes, listening to the night. Her thoughts drifted to her father, not with anger, but with a kind of wistful acceptance. She remembered his laugh, the way he told stories, the moments when Hen tried, even if he'd failed. Anna let herself feel sadness, then let it pass like a wave. Inside, Ethan's laughter rang out, a sound that felt like hope. Anna understood at last that forgiveness didn't erase the past. It simply meant refusing to let the past poison what came next. She promised herself to keep moving forward, to keep choosing love again and again, no matter the scars she carried. Anna opened her eyes, feeling the cool wind, and breathed in the newness of the night. Before sleep, Anna tucked Ethan in, smoothing his hair and whispering goodnight. He yawned, clutching his stuffed bear. "I love you, Anna," he murmured. Anna kissed his forehead, voice steady. "I love you too, Ethan. Always." As she returned to her own room, Anna paused in the hallway, hand resting on the wall. She felt a quiet strength unfurl within her, a sense that she had survived the storm, and so had her family. She glanced back at Ethan's room, at the golden sliver of light beneath his door, and smiled. Anna crawled into bed, the letter tucked safely in her nightstand, not as a wound but as a memory. As the world slipped into silence, Anna let herself believe that, even in brokenness, there could be beauty. She drifted to sleep, held by forgiveness, hope, and the promise of new days. A gentle rain drummed against the windows as Anna woke to a quiet Saturday. She lay in bed a moment, listening to the world softened by water, the sound soothing instead of sad. She rose and padded into the kitchen, finding Ethan already awake, building a fortress of cereal boxes on the table. Anna smiled, grabbing mugs for cocoa, feeling the ordinary beauty of this slow morning. Their mother entered, her hair messy, wearing a faded sweater. "It's a good day for staying in," she said, her voice lighter than Anna remembered. The three huddled together, sipping cocoa, watching droplets race down the glass. Ethan traced raindrops, narrating a story about dragons and secret kingdoms. Anna listened, laughter echoing, the old heaviness replaced by quiet comfort. She realized in that small ritual that healing wasn't dramatic. It was simple, even gentle. Shared mugs, warm rooms, the closeness of family sheltering together as the world outside whispered forgiveness with every raindrop. Later, Anna and Ethan sprawled across the living room floor, puzzles and art supplies scattered between them. Ethan chattered, coloring dragons in bright blues and greens. Anna, half laughing, tried to match his imagination, sketching clumsy castles and winding rivers. Their mother watched from the sofa, quietly knitting, occasionally glancing up with a fond smile. The radio played soft jazz, the melody winding through their small, safe world. Anna felt time slow, worries dissolving beneath Ethan's creativity and the low music. She realized she didn't have to fix everything. She only had to show up, day after day, in these ordinary moments. As Ethan presented his wildest drawing, Anna clapped, making him beam with pride. These were the memories they would keep, Anna thought. The ones forged not from perfection, but from presence. Love grew strongest in the everyday, in laughter, mess, and shared afternoons. After lunch, Anna stepped outside onto the porch, umbrella in hand. She stood under the eaves, watching the neighborhood blur beneath the steady rain. She thought about her father, not with longing, but with a gentle detachment. The pain no longer burned. Anna understood now that forgiveness did not mean excusing what happened, but setting herself free from its weight. Her breath steamed in the damp air as she let memories drift by. A good night story, a sharp word, a vanishing silhouette in the rain. Anna felt gratitude for the love that remained, stronger than absence. When Ethan called from inside, Anna turned, smiling, ready to return. She realized healing was a practice, not a destination, a choice to return, again and again, to hope and to love. Anna closed the umbrella, stepping back into the warmth of home. As afternoon faded, Anna found her mother sorting through old family albums. Photos spilled across the coffee table, birthdays, camping trips, even awkward holiday portraits. Anna joined, flipping pages, laughter bubbling up at childhood memories. Ethan squeezed between them, pointing at a baby photo of himself, both women laughing. Anna's mother brushed her hair back, tears glimmering. "We've had hard years," she said, voice trembling. "But we made it here together." Anna squeezed her hand, feeling old resentments loosen. She saw now that her mother's mistakes had been born of fear and grief, just as her own had. Anna leaned against her mother's shoulder, sharing stories, weaving the past with the present. In the warmth of shared memory, Anna understood that forgiveness was a gift they all could give, not once, but over and over, as the days stretched ahead. Night fell with a soft hush, the storm easing. Anna stood at her bedroom window, gazing at stars breaking through clouds. She felt a profound peace, the kind that comes only after weathering many storms. Anna pressed her hand to her heart, recalling her journey, from anger and guilt to forgiveness and love. She knew pain might return, shadows shifting in quiet hours, but she trusted herself to face them now. Down the hall, she heard Ethan's laughter, her mother's voice, a chorus of belonging that made Anna smile. She closed her eyes, whispering, thanks to the night, to her family, to herself. Anna knew healing was never final, but always possible, renewed with each new dawn. Wrapped in quiet strength, Anna turned away from the window, ready to rest, her heart finally soft and open to the gentle promise of tomorrow. Morning dawned clear and gentle, the first rays of sun painting the walls gold. Anna woke to the smell of fresh coffee, voices drifting from the kitchen. She lingered in bed, savoring the peace that now felt possible. Downstairs, laughter floated through the halls, the sound gentle and real. Anna joined her family at the table, the three of them sharing a quiet breakfast, every gesture filled with new gratitude. Ethan recounted a wild dream, waving his arms and grinning, and Anna met her mother's eyes, sharing a smile that needed no words. Anna realized she no longer measured her life by absence, but by presence, by the way love remained, day after day, in the ordinary rituals of living. For the first time, she allowed herself to trust in happiness, not as something fleeting, but as something they could build together, every single morning. After breakfast, Anna walked Ethan to the bus stop, cool breeze rustling new leaves. She knelt, straightened his jacket, and kissed his forehead, her affection steady and sure. Ethan beamed, waving as he joined his friends, turning for one last look. Anna watched the bus pull away, feeling both the ache and pride that comes from letting go, just a little. The street glowed with promise, sunlight flickering through tree branches, neighbors greeting each other with nods and smiles. Anna turned toward home, not with dread but with a lightness that felt earned. The world, she realized, would never be perfect, but it could be beautiful anyway, full of beginnings as well as endings. She tucked a loose strand of hair behind her ear, letting the cool air wake her fully, and breathed in the hope of a new day. Back at home, Anna gathered her bag for work and paused in the hallway, hand brushing the framed photos that lined the wall. Childhood memories smiled back at her. Her father holding her as a toddler, Ethan's first birthday, family vacations. Anna didn't look away from the hard memories anymore. She let herself linger on each image, feeling sorrow and gratitude entwine. Her mother appeared, slipping an arm around Anna's shoulders, and together they stood in the golden light, silent but united. Anna knew they could never rewrite the past, but they could honor it by how they chose to move forward. Anna pressed her mother's hand, the gesture saying everything she couldn't put into words. With one last look at the photos, Anna turned, ready for whatever the day would bring, anchored in memory and possibility. The afternoon passed with gentle ease. Anna finished her shift at the small bookstore, relishing the simple rhythm of shelving books and greeting customers. Sunlight filtered in, dust motes swirling in the soft air. As she prepared to leave, her coworker Sarah handed her a small note. "You look lighter today," it read with a smiley face. Anna laughed, slipping the note into her pocket, surprised by how true it felt. On her walk home, Anna allowed herself to feel proud. Each step was an act of faith. Faith in herself, in her family, in the idea that healing could be quiet, not dramatic. She glanced up at the sky, vast and endless, and realized she felt whole, even in her scars. The city moved around her, ordinary and miraculous, and Anna matched her breath to its rhythm, grateful for every second. Dusk settled gently over the city, painting rooftops and treetops in honeyed light. At home, Anna joined Ethan and her mother on the porch, sharing quiet stories as stars appeared. The air was sweet with blooming flowers, laughter soft and real. Anna watched her brother trace constellations with his finger, her mother humming a lullaby. The past would always be a part of them, but it no longer defined them. Anna understood, finally, that forgiveness was not a single act but a way of living, a quiet, daily choosing of hope over bitterness. She squeezed Ethan's hand, feeling the pulse of life, and leaned against her mother, safe and loved. As darkness settled, Anna whispered the truth to herself. We are more than what we've lost. The night echoed with promise, and Anna felt the world open wide, full of light.